What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. We're getting into a nice little, I'm done with the day. Done with the day. What time is it? Ooh, 2 o'clock. That's beautiful. Done with the day on this Friday. Get the paperwork ready. Get the paperwork. Where is T Rich? Where's my boy T Rich? Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Let's go. Somebody just dipped out of the room. Have some patience. Have some patience, boys. I see somebody come in, dip out. Let's go. Let's go. No dipping. No dipping. Big one tonight, too. Big fight tonight. That's why we're doing the early radio. Sonny Conto fighting tonight. Shout out to Sonny Conto, his dad, his aunts, his uncles, Donna. Shout out to the whole Conto clan. On our way to the championship, and the heavyweight division is getting so much fun right now. Oh my goodness. Francis Ngannou just whipped Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder and Joshua are looking out. Usyk is fighting Fury, but Fury just got whipped. Everybody thinks Ngannou could beat everybody. Now Sonny Conto's fighting tonight. The other young undefeated heavyweight, when I became friends with Sonny about 4 years ago, he was undefeated, and another undefeated heavyweight was Jared Anderson. Now, since then, Sonny had a little bit of inactivity, but he's back. He never lost. He's back tonight. Jared Anderson has a championship. Jared Anderson's a heavyweight champion right now, one of the belts. So he's ahead as far as the race, but I can't wait to see Sonny progress and get in those discussions. I'm excited. I think he's going to win by KO tonight. Let's see if Sonny's on the board. Is Conto on the board? We got to see is Sonny Conto on the board. We're checking, waiting for people to get in here. Who else we got? Waiting for a few. Checking some stuff out. We got every game. We're going over the picks today. We're doing our week 10 picks right now. Just waiting for people to get in here. This is a football show. We're just waiting for people to get in here. All right. What do we got? First of all, Sonny's fighting tonight. We're looking on the board real quick for the Conto fight. And once a few people get in here, we'll start talking football. So let me check this out real quick if they have him on the board. I don't know if he's on the board yet. He's borderline. He's borderline like popular. Like not everybody knows about him yet. His fights have been like they show like the highlights after he knocks somebody out, but it hasn't been on. Now he's signed with Top Rank. So I expect him to be on television in one of these undercards soon. He's still undefeated. What's he now? 10, 11, 12 and 0, somewhere in there. I'm looking for it right now, guys. I got to see if he's on the board yet. He's about 26, 27 now. He should be on this board. Oh, here we go. Is he on the fucking board? No, he's not on the board yet. Richards. Are these top-ranked boxers? Harlem Eubank, Timo Schwarzkopf. I don't see Sonny Conto on the board yet. Not yet. Not yet, boys. Well, good luck to Sonny Conto. And hopefully he wins and then starts to get up that ladder where he can get a fight as a contender. He's almost up to, I think his last fight might have been 6 rounds. So tonight, he's got to be fighting 8 rounds soon. Got to be. He's a 26-year-old, 27-year-old heavyweight. 12-0. Just had a year and a half of inactivity. I don't know why. I never talked to him personally about that. But there's something going on. So, you know what? We'll see. We'll see. But let's get into the NFL here. Man, I'll tell you what, the game of the week, Jacksonville 49ers. Jacksonville is tough, man. When you lose 3 in a row the way they did, the 49ers, I don't think Jacksonville's coming in scared of the 49ers. Their quarterback is just as good, if not better. Their running back is really good, ATN. Their receiving core is just as good, if not better. Jacksonville doesn't have to take a back seat to San Fran. Hey, I wonder if my trade went well. So I traded right before last week's game. I traded Thielen in fantasy for Christian Kirk. And Thielen had 2 duds. First time all year. So far, it's Kirk hasn't played yet for me. Kirk was on a bye last week. Thielen had a 7. So I didn't get to play with Kirk yet. But I watched Thielen have a dud. So I was happy. Now Thielen played first last night. Dud. Like 6 catches for 40 yards. Dud of a game. And Carolina's offense looks pukish, to say the least. Carolina's offense looks like the poop emoji. So I'm kind of happy I traded Thielen. So now Kirk plays his first game for me against the 49ers. You know what? I'll trade. If you would have told me at the draft in August that I could trade 33-and-a-half-year-old Thielen in week 9 for 26-year-old Christian Kirk, fucking speedster, I would have to say, yeah, I'll do it. Like, if you could show me the future, yeah, I'll do it. So that's why I did it, because I expect Thielen to tail off and the team to stink. Let's see what Kirk is at. This is telling. I like to look at the odds. I hope Kirk is at 60-something. He better be. Let's see. Christian Kirk, receiving yards. 50.5. You know what? They don't know. The odds makers don't know. They got Christian Kirk at 50.5, but they got Calvin Ridley. The darling of a name. Everybody loves the name. Oh, Calvin Ridley. Like, I saw Calvin Ridley shoot out of a cannon on Instagram Reels in the summer. Like, Zay Jones went out for – there was like the receivers were in line. One goes and the next goes. Like, Zay Jones went for his route, and it looked like this. And then Calvin Ridley went, and it was like fucking rocket. And then it was like, whoa, Calvin Ridley. But number 13 is the guy to me on Jacksonville. He's the best receiver on the team. Christian Kirk is special. I noticed him with Kyler Murray a couple years ago in Arizona. I noticed him. I've been noticing Christian Kirk. So here's what I'm saying. Christian Kirk is only at 50.5, and I got disappointed because I know he's the best receiver on the team. But when I looked at Calvin Ridley, he's only at 50.5. So they know that nobody's better than Kirk. The professional odds makers say so. Ridley 50.5, Kirk 50.5. That's like, all right, we're at a crossroads. The Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a perfect example, guys, of a team where the 1 is really not the 1, and and the 2 is morphing into the 1. I just want to share this on Twitter and get people in here. And I'm going to explain myself. Just got to explain myself real quick about that. So not more than a few years ago, a decade ago, I used to watch certain teams when I was playing fantasy. And every once in a while, you would have a team where, like Pittsburgh, they thought Mike Wallace was the number 1. And all of a sudden, you started seeing this little guy catch like 9 balls for $150. And all of a sudden, you realize that Mike Wallace wasn't the number 1 in pay. Even though he was listed in the summertime in our draft, Mike Wallace was the 1 on Pittsburgh. But then, like, 10 games into the season, 11, or it might have been Santonio Holmes, but that's not the point. But the point is, one of these Pittsburgh receivers was the one, but then later, this little guy, Antonio Brown, was undeniably the best wide receiver on their team, making the most plays. And it turned into his team as far as who's the number one pass catcher. So every once in a while, you'll see the number 2 receiver, because you can't put people in a box if cream rises. That's how good Antonio Brown was. And I'm seeing that with Christian Kirk, guys. I had to sit up in my chair a couple moments a few years ago when he was on the Cardinals. I started screaming on this channel, I love me some Kirk. I love Kirk. And I was serious, though. I just have a funny delivery. And now he's on Jacksonville. And last year he went there, and I just waited and I watched. And I said, this is telling. Let's see how this kid does in a new system. And he exceeded expectations, Kirk. And now this year, Ridley's on the team, expected to come in and save the day for Jacksonville. But with his low catch percentage, his inconsistency, I'm starting to get the feeling on Ridley that he's fast as a motherfucker, fast as shit. He's dangerous, but he's lacking some type of precision and like just overall tools to be a great receiver right now. I'm not saying he can't. I don't like to say can't with guys, but I'm seeing the opposite of Ridley in Christian Kirk. I think Christian Kirk is pulled up right now, week 10. Ridley is not the number 1 receiver in Jacksonville. I don't know if anyone said that, but I don't give a shit. I don't listen to other people. Just once in a while, see what they're talking about. But my own opinions. Christian Kirk is pulled up even with Ridley right now as the ones. And if Christian Kirk is the reason why Jacksonville gets by the Niners and Ridley fucks up on a couple misconnections again, he's dropped balls already, you're not going to be able to say that Ridley's the number 1 as the pass catcher going into the playoffs. And right now, the team with the better record is Jacksonville. Jacksonville's got a better record than San Fran. Woo-hoo. Man, I love the Jaguars. My 2 teams, the Nooch Mammoth sports ticket, Super Bowl, was Jacksonville, Detroit. Those are my 2 favorite teams of late. I love those teams last year, how they looked. I'm a Giants fan. So when your team stinks that way, you got to find who you like watching. So I like Detroit's team and I like Jacksonville. And I said those 2 teams could easily go all the way through this year. So we'll see. We'll see. But I love me some Christian Kirk. I think he's a tremendous receiver, 26 years old, super speed, super quickness, smart. I really like him. Kirk, 26. Hey, how you doing, Ma? Yeah. Hey, Ma, how you doing in your fantasy? How you doing in the Nooch FFL? I'll tell you what, T-Rich better be right. T-Rich better be right about Kyler Murray. I went all the way in. I'm starting against Uncle Teddy and Lisa. I'm starting Kyler Murray against Uncle Teddy and Lisa. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, man. Thank goodness for Dalton Kincaid, huh? Go down these games. So San Fran is Jacksonville's +3 at home. That's just no respect for the San Fran factor. I don't think San Fran should be a 3-point road favorite at Jacksonville. Jacksonville's not a fucking last place team, right? Jacksonville's not the Giants. Jacksonville is a fucking juggernaut right now. ATN, fucking tremendous running back. Get the most unsung running back in the NFL. ATN. Like, Jacksonville's not hurting at any position. Think about it. Trevor Lawrence, ATN. Oh, well, do they have speed? Ridley, the speediest. Kirk, tight end. Ingram, resurgence of a career. Man. I'll tell you, anybody, I'm looking at the Patriots, the first game, Indy, London. Anybody see that thing on the internet today? Belichick shirtless in Cape Cod. Hey, Ricky, did you see Belichick on the internet? They released a video of him. He would like somebody's Ring doorbell. Yo, that's fucked up. They had an Airbnb. Like if you go to an Airbnb, there's a 99% chance that they're fucking filming you. What if I want to just have my Johnson out on the couch? That's like some pervert is gonna get that for Christmas on their video. That's fucked up, right, Rick? I go to an Airbnb. I'm letting my balls breathe. Hey, it's locker room talk. I'm letting my balls breathe on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Like, just chilling. I forget. I think I'm home. You know what I'm saying? Like by myself. Like, oh, like I got the towel, a little air. All of a sudden now, like look what Bill Belichick was, they said, Pat McAfee said he was maybe allegedly like pounding maybe. He came out with his shirt off. He's on the porch. He was like, he took a deep breath and he like who the fuck comes out like that and a shirt off? Like it was like a little rainy. It looked like they were like by the shore. Like it was a little rainy, but he had the shirt off. It was like summertime and like the Cape or something, maybe. I don't know. Like we don't know where Belichick vacations, but it was ridiculous. Yeah, so somebody got him. He rented an Airbnb. The person went and looked, and they got Bill Belichick walking around like laying pipe in the kitchen. So like imagine that though. And then they dropped the tape of but he wasn't really. But like imagine if they have that too. Like that's fucked up. I'm never going to an Airbnb. Hell no. It's my condo or nothing. Oh, Ricky. Hey, I'm looking at these games so far. I'm doing the whole week 10. We're going over all the games, just having a light conversation about it, because then we're gonna get fucking fantasy ferocious Sunday morning. But the NBA's broken. Don't you love how Penis Head, the commissioner, NBA guy, don't you love how Penis Head had no balls to like tap the player on the shoulder and be like, listen, this is the tournament, this is what it is. So after the game, when they interview you, you know what to say. No, because he's a pussy. like the first, like I'm already not even watching it. I'll join Christmas or something. I'll start paying attention to basketball on Christmas. Like I'm so upset. Mel would kill me right now, but sorry, Mel, it's a bad product right now. NBA, like Penis Head, never told the players what this fucking tournament is. So they had the first round last week. The players just come off the court from a win. They're like, "How do you feel?" Players like, to be honest, I don't even know what the hell's going on right now. I don't fucking know. I just want to get to Vegas. Like, oh my God, what an embarrassment. I'm going to bet on the play in this fucking November tournament. The players don't even know what's going on. High as shit. The players are high as shit now. It's because weed is legal. So like you can just like literally like mosey on over. Like in the NBA, you have a lot of downtime in the day. Let's say you're in like a cannabis friendly state, Denver, most of them, you get up after your shoot around in the morning. You got downtime from like 11 a.m. to like 5 or 4 when you got to be at the arena. You get a little edible. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're stoned. They don't know what's going on. They're getting to the arena. They're just trying to, basketball is suffering a little bit the way they're playing. Right, Ricky? Like, are you noticing a lot of bull, like a dunk? They got this fucking person, like, what are you so mad about? I don't even think I could play basketball today. I'd knock somebody the fuck out immediately. You're gonna do a fucking Freddy Krueger face on me if you make a layup on me? I'll knock you the fuck out. Freddy Krueger face. They're doing it too small. Oh, enough. I'm so turned off by the low character, young generation guys. Like I like the old school, Charles Oakley, shit like that. Charles Barkley, Jordan. That's what I like. I'll tell you what, Ricky, you better be right on the Jets Raiders, Ricky, you motherfucker. Oh, man, I'm so excited to come with the Jets. You know what? Why would I come with a shitty defense? My Kansas City defense is on a bye. T-Rich, you're never getting them back, ever. T-Rich, we're not in Kansas City anymore, T-Rich. Good luck with the fucking Cardinals. No. Hey, T-Rich, you better be right. Hey, T-Rich loves Kyler Murray, Ricky. He loves Kyler Murray. And that little bastard's leg blew off last year, and I was making fun of him because I knew it was going to happen. He's overcompensating. He's so husky. He's like a little husker. He's 5'7", 210. Like Kyler, you can only get so big and strong. Like you're not big. Like take it easy. You just cut and your leg blew off because your fucking quad is 7 times the size it should be. Take it easy, Kyler. But anyway, he's back, and I'm excited about that. So in the Nooch FFL, I had a bad streak. I lost all my fucking games. Cody needed 87 points from 3 guys on a Sunday night with Goddard and Hurts and Brown. He got it. Anyway, long story short, what am I, 2-7? Nah, we didn't play. Did we 2-7? Oh my God. That's depressing to even say. I know, Ricky. I will. So in the Nooch FFL, I'm 2-7. But it's no fun paying yourself. You know, I'm the treasurer. You know, it's no thrill in that. Now, the Surfers League, the JFFL, 6 teams get in the playoffs. Ready for this one? The league is so tight. I'm 5-4 in 6th. Dunny is out of the playoffs right now at 5-4, 7th. We got guys out of the playoffs over 500. So, and in Carmelo's league, the South Floridian females, in the South Floridian female league, I'm in 6th, also at 5-4. But I fucking murked these Cowboys from South Florida. They don't want a waiver day. So I took advantage and just ended the whole fucking league. They don't know it yet. Like, I'm like, hey, what day is the waiver? They're like, no, you first come, first serve. Oh, you got to snooze, you lose, Nooch. I'm like, really? Like, you can pick up a guy at any time. So when I saw A-Chain run for 1,000,000 fucking yards, I grabbed him, and I did that with C.J. Stroud, and all of a sudden, I got Barkley, Kamara, Breece Hall, Gibbs, A-Chain. I got 5 super backs. I got Stroud now. I picked up Thielen on that late shit with the no waivers. I got Thielen, even though he's been a little cold. I got a hell of a team. They're basically finished. They're finished. So I can't wait for that one. But Bill Belichick in New England, I almost, if fantasy football-wise, I almost went with New England's, not New England. I almost went with Indianapolis's defense because New England is, they suffer from puke syndrome. They're also on the all puke team. They're nominated for extra vomit this year. If you watch them a lot, you'll throw up. So New England is so bad. I was thinking maybe Colts D, like this new guy that's on the waiver wire for the Patriots. Like, oh, he's their leading receiver now. You got to do homework on shit like this. I'm looking at the leading receiver because now somebody went down for New England. So now they're down to like no real receivers left. And somebody picked them up. Who the fuck picked this guy up? I wanted to look at his name. Anyway, Juju's up there. Juju moves like 44-year-old Nooch. Not that nimble. I don't know what happened to Juju. He's not my age. Why? He needs yoga or something. Juju's finished. So they got no receivers. I wonder who that guy is. I wish I could. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Who picked up the Patriots receiver? Douglas. Oh, Nate picked him up. Nate the Great. So Douglas, here's what I'm saying about Douglas. He's the number 1 receiver right now, right? But he's 5'8", 192. So he's not a big catch radius guy. Where does he play? In the slot? Last game, he had 5 catches for 55 yards. That's 11 yards a catch. But you got to look at yards per catch. That's why I didn't draft St. Brown on the last fucking second. I had a shit spot in the most important league, the Surfer FL, T. Rich's league. I had a shit spot. So what happens? I think I had the 9 pick, 10 guys. So I'm telling all the other surfers, I'm like, I love St. Brown. And I've loved St. Brown since he's gotten the league. Amon-Ra St. Brown for Detroit. He's a fucking top-notch receiver. I love him as a football player. But I'm looking at fantasy, and I was in like a dilemma for that number 9 pick. So I'm looking. And the night before the draft, I'm looking at the yards per, reception shit. And St. Brown was at like 10.9. And the league average for good receivers, the median was like 12 yards per catch. So as good as St. Brown was in my head, his yardage volume was a little under the average, meaning he's a fucking tremendous slot receiver. But when you pick that first round of fantasy, you can't have a guy in the category. You got to have a fucking enigma as a player. So I went with the receiver I found with 18 yards a catch, 6 yards more than everybody else last year. His name was A.J. Brown. How you doing? That was my secret this year. And people were like, "What are you doing, Nooch? You choked. You didn't take your own guy." But it was the 18 yards per catch. The only other guy that had that yards per catch was Waddle, and I picked him in Carmelo's league, not in the first round, because Waddle is not the receiver that A.J. Brown is. A.J. Brown has all the tools: size, speed, hands, catch radius, and he's got the 18 yards of catch. That had to be my first guy. And then I went with DK later, hoping that DK's got to come on this year. I wonder what's ailing him. I wonder if DK Metcalf is so muscle bound. That's going to happen when you're doing all those fucking steroids. I don't know what. I mean, I know just to look like that, you must have great genetics if you're DK Metcalf. I'm not disputing that. But some of these guys look like they've been to the fucking underground peptide clinic. Listen, there's a million of these jerk-off trainers around the team. Listen, you want to be bigger, faster, stronger. You got that. You got to get that bag. You got to secure that bag. These fucking guys will take anything. Von Miller got popped for steroids his rookie year. Remember that? Pull that one in your pipe and smoke it, Ricky. Did you know that? Von Miller's 33 years old, coming off an injury. You don't think he's juicing? We don't even think about guys like that. Von Miller got popped his rookie year and did a 4-game suspension for human growth hormone. All these guys are cheating. Have you seen TJ Watt? Have you seen Nick Bosa? Nick Bosa looks like Wolverine didn't look as big. Hugh fucking Jackman, who went to fucking Australia or New Zealand with Stallone, and fucking they put a needle like that in Hugh Jackson's asshole to get him that big for Wolverine. Hugh Jackman doesn't look like a pimple on Nick Bosa's ass. Come on. These guys are coming to the podium with fucking pipes. Like, yeah, it was a good game. Oh, man. You know, like when you it's amazing. I don't know what's going on with these guys. When we were kids, that's when the steroids started, but not everybody believed in them, and you could kind of tell who went that way. And also, when we were kids, a guy with a knee injury was so few and far between that you expected your favorite player to get through his career, like Barry Sanders did. No ACL tear. Emmitt Smith, no ACL tear. Walter Payton, no ACL tear. The list goes on. Jim Brown, no ACL. Like, now, it's almost like a fucking going to the dentist. Yeah, I tore my ACL. I'm going to go get it. I'll be back next year. How you done? Like, what? Come on. Come on. These guys are all taking the drugs that make it, like, okay, let me explain this to you guys. Conor McGregor's leg fucking blew off in the ring, right? Then he's in the wheelchair in like Beverly Hills in a residential area, coming out of the he just got out of surgery. He's like, oh, they got a titanium rod in my leg. I'm gonna be like fucking Arnie from Terminator 2. Like, he was so happy. And then all of a sudden, he went from a guy that could actually make 145 pounds in a weigh-in, 155 pounds. He went to like 195, like a fucking gorilla. Conor McGregor, on the time that when Conor McGregor was healing from this leg, he turned into a fucking gorilla. Like, listen, I've been training my whole life. If McGregor could make 145 on a scale, there's no fucking way you could also be 195 ripped. No fucking way. No way. Hey, is that Emrich? Emrich. What's up, buddy? we're dipping off a little bit into the fight game because there's a lot of shit going on. Sonny Conto's fighting tonight. Sonny's fighting. Big one. Big one. Talking about athletes and what I'm seeing with these guys where like your leg blows off as a rite of passage. Like your leg just blows off. When I was a kid, nobody's ACL went. It was a wacky thing if your favorite guy got hurt. It's like, oh my God, is he gonna be all right ever again? Now it's like, yeah, like look, like all our favorite guys now, they all had ACL tears already. Cooper Kupp, ACL tear, post ACL tear, Super Bowl MVP, 1,947 yards. Julian Edelman, love him. I love Julian Edelman, right? But you know, let's just state facts. How can I say this? Nice Jewish boy. Tore his ACL. Post ACL, 4-game suspension. Then he started that season right after the ACL. Faster than Antonio Brown, Super Bowl MVP. I mean, like, I'm not impressed. I lived through the steroid era because I grew up in the 90s and 2000s. When I was in high school, Sammy Sosa and Maguire were hitting 700 fucking homers a day. And then when they got caught, everyone shamed them so bad. But now I'm seeing it again. I'm seeing it again, guys. Listen, the Tooth Fairy is not real. Santa Claus, I'm sorry to break it to you. When I saw Francis Ngannou in the ring, and I'm promoting his performance. Francis Ngannou beat the shit out of Tyson Fury. But Francis Ngannou was so fucking tight, jacked, ripped, dry, lean, hard, fucking shredded. Like whatever tremendous word I could use, that's the alleged drug. Like I've never seen Francis Ngannou so fucking filed down. Then I did my research. He just did a year in bed on a knee surgery. He just did a year in bed off a knee surgery and came down from 300 and something pounds. They said, how does he look like that? It's impossible. Impossible. I don't know what it is, but I know when I was in Delray, I saw a couple guys I was lifting with that were a little older than me. They didn't tell me shit, but I was going for my fucking yogurt, and there was like a peptide clinic next door. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a doctor's office, and I saw my buddies in there. So I opened the door, and then they got all shy. It was a fucking peptide clinic. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? There was fucking guys that looked older than Moses. Their bodies were like the lifeguards and Point Pleasant over here, shredded like 21-year-olds, walking out like Moses in the face, white hair, beards, parting the Red Sea. But face of Moses, body of fucking Bruce Lee. So I got to figure out what's the norm. What's the real norm? I can't just dive into this shit. I'm middle-aged. I'm going steak and potatoes, outwork everybody for now. And I'll keep reevaluating down the line. Mike, what do you got, Michael? Is James Conner going to play this week? Let me tell you something. We gotta have a talk about Big Brother. We gotta talk about Tyler. Tyler's ass is on the hook with me this Sunday, Emrich. Your brother loves Kyler Murray, right? And I bust chops with him all the time, like, oh, he's not gonna do this, he's not gonna do that. But in the Nooch FFL, my family league, your brother got in last minute. We had one cancellation. He came in with my family league, and he's doing great. And I was on a super losing skid to start the year, and now Fields is out, and I have no real quarterback. And I picked up Kyler Murray. People ignored him in my league. People are doing good. They're not worried about looking for a quarterback. I'm the one in last place. So I took a shot. And I'm starting Kyler Murray in the Nooch FFL. I'm 2-7. I got to win out. I'm not looking. I don't believe I'm going to really win, but I also got him in the South Florida League with Carmelo, and I'm looking at him. Kyler Murray set to make his season debut. You know what? I'd be shocked if he's not full systems a go. Now, Connor, that's another guy that just produces. Connor produces, man. Let's see Connor's status. If Connor plays, You got it. You got to put it. You got to start him. You can't not start Connor. Your brother is also a Connor fan, and he does well. Connor, I was hating on him. Let's see his game log. 12, 16, and 19, the 3 games he played. 14 carries, 23 carries, 14, 62, 106, 90. Those are nice yards per carry. Connor, all year, all his games, the one game he had 14 carries, 4.43 yards a carry. Beautiful. 23 carry game, 4.6 over 23. That's a high number for a high volume of carries. That means like it's not bullshit. You got to like that. He's 28. He's at the end of his prime for a running back, unless he's one of those 9 lives running backs, the rare, the Frank Gore, the Marcus Allens. But you got to start. Let's see what it says. He's trending toward playing, man. Like, the reason they probably held Kyler Murray back last week was to line it up and come back full systems of go with Connor. I'm pretty decent with figuring that shit out. Over the years, following systems, coaches, how they think. I wouldn't be surprised if they're lining that up on purpose. They're playing the Falcons. The Falcons are a fucking dumpster fire right now. They have the most talented guys, and it's the most ugliest offensive shit. They're on the poop emoji team because they got so much talent, but it keeps coming out ugly. It keeps coming out ugly. Atlanta, that fucking husky guy, that chubby guy with the mustache that looks way older than he probably is, he might have to go. He might have to go. What is that look? What are you, like Fat Bubba from fucking Arkansas or something? Like what is that look? Because right now, with a look like that, you better be getting it done. You better be getting it done with that husky fucking mustache. You're 37, but you look 57. I don't know what that is. I don't know what he's going for. Good players, fucking ugly offense. Young coach, old look. What are you doing, coach? I'm not liking his style altogether. I could weave that shit right in with him. Not trending in the right direction. You know what's not trending in the right direction? Okay, well, we'll get back to Indy, New England. What's not trending in the right direction is Bengals receivers, Rich. That's why Tyler Boyd, any league you're in, you go get Tyler Boyd right now, today. Go get Tyler Boyd, because Jamar Chase is iffy, but he'll probably tough it out, but he's iffy. One bad fall, he'll be eating lunch in the suite. You know how these players are today. They're not going to wrap him up like it's Lawrence fucking Taylor on 86 with the Giant. No. Jamar takes a bad fall, he'll be having a fucking chef salad in the skybox by the second quarter. T. Higgins, not playing. Definitely. My boy T. Higgins, something's wrong with him. I love me some T. Higgins talent-wise, but after a little bit of some more data keeps going, things change. It was nice last year. It's been fun, T. Higgins, but it's not happening. His career is not ascending. Since that nice Super Bowl game a couple years ago, T. Higgins is shown me Mike Williams-like. Oh, I can't believe I said that. Oh, T. Higgins is showing me Mike Williams-like inconsistency as far as career production. Speaking about the other, who's the king of real inconsistency these days? Odell. Odell's coming off of like a 5 for 58 and a tutty last week. If you touch Odell, you have no fucking memory. I will put you on the all amnesia team. Don't touch Odell. Who cares what he does this week? That's like, if Odell gives you a goose egg, you deserved it. You can't go with Odell. I don't think so. You got to play James Conner. James Conner, you know why you play James Conner, I'm Rich? Because what I just said, every game on his board this year, double-digit carries, 14, 11, then the 20-something, and every game, high yards per carry. So it's not touchdown dependent guy. He's actually a good player. Kyler Murray's back. Defense has got to respect the whole thing. Yeah, why not, right? I would say so. Now, let's see. Indy, New England. That's a defense I would take a peek at. Anybody whose defense is on a bye, I would take a hard peek at Indy. They're always tough on defense. The game is in London. They got a fucking two-tone turf field. They got an experimental fucking field out in London. I want to slap the NFL, whoever's in charge with there's a lot of dumb stuff going on in sports. They've been complaining about that field out in Munich. It's in the Huss of Munich. That's how you say house in German. Huss. In the Huss in Munich. They've been complaining about the field, that it's slippery in the Huss. And so now, to make the slippery field turf not so slippery, the field grass, they're putting the soccer, like the shit from the bottom of your sneakers, more rubber. They're sprinkling more rubber on there. And that's why you're getting guys like Justin Jefferson slipping on the surface, pulling a hammy. You got these surfaces got to go. We're in 2023. I can literally put my phone up against the fucking wall, and all of a sudden, the Christmas catalog from Macy's is in my fucking phone. I can hold my phone up to a piece of paper, and all of a sudden, I can read the fucking Art of War from my phone, scanning a fucking Voltron fucking code. But they can't have natural grass on every field for human beings to run on, so we don't have to tear the ACL. I'm telling you, it's terrible. I was running around on that fucking Point Pleasant field. We're getting locker roomish today because I'm loosening up. I got to curse a little bit on a Friday. I was running around that Point Pleasant field. I'll tell you what, I was this far from being Nooch Rogers. The hot Achilles were coming on. After a couple, I said, boys, we better get off this field. We better go over to Riverfront. Because Cousin Johnny is feeling hot in the Achilles. Something's wrong, not right for I know my body. I'm not stupid. I got common sense. Those field turfs, something in that surface, the way it gives is not conducive to a human being. The way we run and bounce, and it's not right. It feels like it's soft but hard. It's got traction, but it's slippery. It's a fucking contradiction. Like what is, I feel like Yogi Berra on here. Like, oh, it's hard but soft. It's good but slippery. Just think of all the adjectives you could use when you're on field turf. If everything is a contradiction, the field is a shit. Right or wrong? It's terrible. You know what, guys? Share this. Share my live right now. Whatever you're watching, give it a share. Tell some more people to come in. Because I was doing the numbers. Literally, if I do these lives and this goes to 20 of us instead of 5, I go right over the 4,000 hours. And I'll be monetized by the end of the season. It's literally that little of a difference. So if we could ever get a few more and get the word going, a little bit of manpower, it would be super. If I could get 30, 40, I go right over the 4,000 hours. Hey, where's T-Rich today? He must be busy in the office. I don't got to. I'm going to try to stay on until I hear from Middle Rich and Senior Rich. Good to see you in here, M. Rich. Good to see you in here, buddy. See, you're sharp. You caught on that I came on, see what's going on. These other guys are fucking mopes. They're telling me while I'm on, send me the link. Like, what do you mean, bro? You've been fucking subscribed for 3 years. Put a fucking notification bell on. Jesus. How old are you? Oh, okay. So Indy defense. We're gonna go down the line. I'm not stretching it out today. I'm in the mood to come on here radio style. When I'm in the mood, it's fireball. That's how I do it when I'm feeling good. I do this like I just did something special on the field. Oh shit! Wait, I'm coming on 45 minutes, motherfuckers. Fireball show. Oh man. We have some fun in here. So Indianapolis defense, T-Rich is a Colts fan. Gardner Minshew mania was real. I went out on Halloween 4 years ago to Atlantic City with a couple Point Pleasant guys. A couple of them were Gardner Minshew. I think Patty was Gardner Minshew. Was Patterson Gardner Minshew? There was like 4 Point Pleasant guys that were all Gardner Minshew and Peaky Blinders. I forget who was Peaky Blinders and who was Gardner Minshew, but 2019 Halloween, I will never forget that because overwhelming majority, like if I had to remember that Halloween, because I think that's the last Halloween I was actually out on, because then the pandemic came and shit. I remember every guy was Gardner Minshew or Peaky Blinders. Isn't that amazing? I like Minshew Mania. I think the Patriots fucking stink. Excuse my language. But when I have to make a point and drive it home, I might drop a couple curses. So Ma, don't holler at me if you're still watching. Yeah, I like the Colts defense. So we'll cross that off. Now, San Fran, Jacksonville. Listen, I did a little monologue to open this show. There's a reason why Christian Kirk and Calvin Ridley are both at 50.5. Because the time has come that you cannot call Calvin Ridley the number one receiver on Jacksonville. It's Christian Kirk and Ridley. Dual one right now. Dual one. About to go pendulum Kirk. Here is Ridley and Kirk coming into the season. Right now, here's Kirk. Here's Kirk. Here's Kirk. After the 49er game, and they need fucking big-time plays, you know where it's going to be? Kirk. So give me Kirk over 50.5 on that game. And Ridley, if he underperforms again, he's not that guy. This is microscope on Ridley time. Listen, man, I saw you shoot out of a cannon on that Instagram reel. I know about the speed, but I also know you fucking made knucklehead bets and got suspended Pete Rose style last year. Now you're back, missed connections. I'm no fucking detective, but I can add a little bit. Let's get going, Calvin. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Let's get going, Ridley. Enough is enough now. It's been a season of sputtering, a season of sputters, drops. I almost got it, almost did it. Looks like Kirk is that guy. That's what I'm thinking about that game. New Orleans, Miami. New Orleans, Minnesota. You know, that guy's up for Coach of the Year. Kevin O'Connell. He's up for Coach of the Year. He's doing a good job. Michigan football still awaiting punishment for that Big Ten. Connor Stallions is his name. That guy. Oh, that is crazy. How could they do that? What is it? What is it with them? Everybody gets like, that's ego. Ego is very dangerous in life. No matter what you're doing, no matter how successful you are, if you think your own shit doesn't stay, or if you think who the fuck you are too much, you start becoming a jerk. Like what did they have an ex-military guy on the other side, like stealing signs? That's ridiculous. Come on, Jim Harbaugh. You're a jerk off now. And I love Michigan, but I wonder what's going to happen. They said that they could get evidence on everybody, so everybody's doing it. I don't know. New Orleans, Minnesota. I'm not touching that one. But what else do we like here? Okay. Jets. Here's another one. Fantasy. I'm looking for this for Sunday night. Jets defense or Raiders defense. My Chiefs defense was on a bye, and I'm really looking at people left Jets defense on the board in our league. I thought that was a mistake by the league, the JFFL, T. Richards League. I thought that was a league mistake. Everybody's focused on their own shit. It's impossible to keep every nugget. It's impossible to keep every nugget off the board. Like, if all the defenses are gone, there might be a couple good receivers that week or a good running back. Like, last night, Foreman was on the board because you can't fucking take everybody in a 10-man league. So the waiver's hotter. So I like that. So it's not an easier league at all. You got to be fucking sharper with a 10-man league. So I was looking at Crosby and thinking about the Raiders with Antonio Pierce now as the coach. But at the end of the day, the Jets have more potential on offense, even with Breece Hall and Zach plays fucking good sometime. How about that? Zach Wilson doesn't stink all the time, guys. Sometimes he looks like Johnny fucking Unitas. So I was thinking about that too. Like, Zach's liable to go up there. The Jets defense plays good. Breece Hall starts running, and all of a sudden you got that rhythm. You got that fucking stew of winning formula. The winning formula stew. Raiders, Aiden O'Connell. Listen, I found out what happened last week. Did anyone hear what happened with the Raiders going into last week? No wonder they played the Giants like world beaters and fucking like they won the Super Bowl or smoking cigars in the locker room. They hated Josh McDaniels so bad that they had a private meeting with him, and the captain got up and said, Coach McDaniels, I hate your fucking face. It's you. I hate your face. I hate your face. Everything about you, it's your face. Like, they hated him so bad, they told him they hate his face. It leaked to Jay Glazer. Jay Glazer leaked it to Fox. It got to McAfee. It's been going around the circle. They told Josh McDaniels, they started by saying, I hate your face. One of the captains said that. It's you. I hate your face. Everything about you, how you talk, your fucking attitude, and your face. So that's how bad they hated him. When you hate a person that much, do you know how? And so now they're going in the meeting. They're fucking slaughtering Josh McDaniels the day before the Giants game last week. Listen to this. They're slaughtering McDaniels. So what happens? They giving their grievances. Antonio Pierce decides to speak on McDaniels' behalf to the players. And he says, guys, listen, we need our own identity. And he gave an example of his 07 Giants team, how they believed they could beat anyone, and when they beat the 07 Patriots. Josh McDaniels is such a fucking jerk-off loser, idiot, no connection to other guys, that he scolded Antonio Pierce in front of the players and said, don't ever talk about the Patriots. Josh McDaniels was a coach on that 07 team. He missed the point of the whole thing because he's so self-absorbed. You know what I said? Ego, how it could be a detriment in life. Josh McDaniels is such a pompous asshole that he missed the point of Antonio Pierce's statement to the team, scolded him in front of the team, and that was it. They said, all right, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking jerk. You're fired. That was it. He got himself fired. Antonio Pierce stuck up for him, tried to give something like, we got to have our own identity. He said, what? What do you mean the 07 Giants? Don't ever talk about my Patriots. Like, all right, you're just a fucking asshole now. You got to go. Good riddance. Have a nice life. You got to go. It's you, buddy. No, it's you. You're a jerk. So they fired him. And then the Raiders came out looking like the fucking 76 Raiders. And they beat the shit out of the Giants because they hated Josh McDaniels so much that they just wanted to fucking do it for the new coach, Antonio Pierce. And they beat the shit out of the Giants. So that was why we saw that world beater Raider team last week. Now that type of shit wears off. All right. So now the Jets are coming in Sunday night. It's a big game, but skills pay the bills now. The high off, we got that prick out of here is off. That high is settling down. So now it's Raiders Jets. And I like that Jets defense. I've never seen a defensive back since Deion Sanders. I watched a receiver do a fucking this, that. I seen a receiver do a triple fucking quadruple move, and Sauce Gardner never go off of them. It looked like the UFO beam. You know those UFOs where they can't possibly be humans because humans have to stop when they cut. Like, I saw Sauce Gardner stick to a fucking guy's 6-piece route. A guy ran a 6-piece route, like one of these futuristic routes, fucking never stopped cutting all the way down to fucking Bill. Sauce Gardner stayed with him the whole time. I said, oh my goodness. I had to sit up in my chair moment, and I said, this kid is the best corner I've ever seen in my life stay on a guy since Deion Sanders. Better than Revis. Yeah, he's better. He's to me, I don't know if his career is going to end up better, but I would rather have him covering a receiver than Darrelle Revis. Yeah, that's how fucking good this kid is. Give me Sauce. Give me Sauce. Give me the Q brothers. What's the name, Ricky? Give me the Q brothers. That's my defense this week. Yeah, we're going to get Aiden O'Connell. I just did a Tommy Del Moro voice, Ricky. Remember Tommy Del Moro? Hey, let's go, pussies. I just blew 3 quads out on my 40. I'll be back next month. Tommy Del Moro pulled a lot of muscles, boy. Tough motherfucker, but always he couldn't get through a fucking sprint without a goddamn hamstring blowing off. And he recovered in like 3 days. He was a little bigger. I remember that movie, The Program? That's what my college was like. It was like The Program. Remember Nooch Lattimore? Fucking, it was like the program. They'd be like, when you come into the dark side, Nooch. I'm like, what? The dark side? We're William Patterson, bro. Wait, you guys are all juicing, and I just was the fastest guy on this team? Oh my God. I don't belong here. Somebody get me to fucking Florida State. That's how I thought. That was how my mind worked. We had Dre blew out his Achilles right before the team, the numbers. So I had a chance to be the fastest guy on the team because Dre has world-class speed. Dre was my high school teammate. He ran a 4.3 and change. And they just sent Dre the Bicentennial Award. 25 years went by. He still has the record in Passaic County in track for the 55-meter indoor and the 100. Passaic County champion. 10.500 he ran. You know how fucking fast that is? So Dre's Achilles blew off. So when we ran, I ran we ran the 200 first. I ran a 4.4940, which was the fastest on the team. Dre didn't run his 40. I was number one, fastest. Faster than the D-backs, everybody. So, and I never knew what it was like to be the fastest guy because I was never the fastest guy on my own team because I played with two of the fastest running backs to ever live to this day and anywhere in high school. 4.3 and 4.4. I was just blessed basically to be like on a team like that. So we ran the 200 and I ran the 200 in 23 seconds. I remember. I never ran it again or before. I just ran once. I ran it 23 seconds, standing start, because I wasn't a track guy. I had basketball sneakers on, and I was standing, and I ran it in 23 seconds flat, and I beat the whole team. So, oh, God, definitely faster than Chris Conoscenti. He was the original Jalen Waddle. Oh, so the moral of that story was after shortly after those races, I noticed the guys were asking me weird questions when I was doing weightlifting and shit, they're asking me stuff no, I thought they were joking. And then I figured then I realized they were all juicing, and I could not believe it that that's what they had after their juice. They had to juice to run 4.8. They had to juice to barely be able to get on the field here. Oh man, the way I saw it was man, I'm here at William Patterson feeling like fucking. When I got to the field at practice, I felt like fucking Deion Sanders. I used to literally start creating more fun shit to do at practice. I'd come out in wristbands, fucking bandana under my helmet because I knew I was about to go for 40 fucking touchdowns that day in practice. Because we had to go one-on-ones against the D-backs and shit. So I would annihilate them on the one-on-ones all fucking day. And you could tell, I played baseball. So when they would throw us the deep ones, the defensive back would be like this, and not even close to the ball. And I'd be looking at them and go up and get it perfectly because I played center field. So the skills carry over. But I don't know, man. Hey, let's get back to this game. Talking about the juice. I was talking about the juice heads and all the guys. This started with Kyler Murray. I just went on a 15-minute tangent starting with Kyler Murray making his return. But my recall is getting so good. So I'm not really ADD because I remember where it started from. Let's get back to the games. I told you I'm staying on a long time today. I'm practicing to see if I had to do a 3-4 hour radio podcast, could I? So that's what I'm doing today in case anybody's wondering. So Kyler Murray's coming back today, but I was being a hater on Monday, and now I'm a Kyler Murray supporter Friday. I almost took Atlanta's defense, but then I started thinking the Husky coach with the bad mustache, Arthur, what the fuck? He even sounds like an old guy. This guy's 37. You guys ever see the coach of the Falcons? He's aggravating me. The Falcons are too good, too much talent. Something is wrong under the surface. When you are underperforming and you can't find the reasons, that's an indictment. That's an indictment on somebody. Fucking Sloppy Joe, it's an indictment on the coach. Hey, how about this one? I got a game. So now Atlanta, Arizona. I'm going to like Arizona. Give me Arizona plus 1.5 with Kyler Murray. This is the T-Rich special. Arizona, Kyler Murray was the number 1 pick in the draft, guys. Number 1 pick in the draft. He's back. He's healthy. They saved Connor to line them up at the same time. They better beat Atlanta. They almost beat the Niners up at Arizona this year. They almost beat a lot of teams already. They haven't been playing bad. So if they take a step back with Kyler Murray, I'm going to be pissed off at T. Rich. Oh, really? The head coach's father of the Falcons is the founder of FedEx. What's his name, the coach of the Falcons? The coach of the Falcons' dad owns FedEx. Oh, my God. This is like a fucking jerk-off that was playing Madden with us. Now he's the coach because, like, this is a jerk-off that was like a fat kid that's playing Madden. He's like, it's like me, you, Cook, him. Like we played Madden. Now he gets the coach. Oh my God, this is great. You know what? Hey, you want to hear the best? I see a lot of stuff. I saw the Lascari brothers on the sideline at Rutgers. Imagine that. Congratulations. That's amazing. That's amazing. You know what I'm saying? That is amazing. I wonder what Maddie's been doing. Haven't talked to him in a long time, but go Rutgers. So what's the next game we're at? Cleveland, Baltimore. Hey, what about this one? I benched Lamar Jackson about a month ago. I benched Lamar Jackson a month ago when they were playing Cleveland, and it's stuck in my brain because Cleveland played 3 games this year. And everybody's like, oh, Cleveland, historic defense. They've started at a historic pace. So everybody's like, oh, don't play Lamar. Cleveland's got the number 1 defense in the NFL. But what does the number 1 defense mean after 3 weeks if you play 2 shit teams and 1 decent team? Okay, your numbers are going to be decent. I fell for it. I fell for the banana in the tailpipe. And Lamar had 100 fucking touchdowns, and I didn't have him in. So now they're playing again. So Baltimore beat the shit out of him, but Deshaun Watson made mistakes. That's another guy. Is Deshaun Watson who would you put your money on this week to lead the team to victory? Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson? I love Lamar Jackson. I'm a Lamar Jackson super fan. I believe in him. I don't think that when they try to play oh, he gets hurt. No, he doesn't. He sprained his fucking knee. You know, guys that get hurt are guys that are always hurt and they're always banged up, like Tua. Certain guys that you worry about that are fragile. Lamar's not fragile. He sprained his fucking knee. Lamar's tougher than all of them. You know who gets hurt a lot? You know who's on the fringe? Hey, I got a question for you guys. I saw something very alarming. It's good for Jets fans. Why? I looked at FanDuel today, checking teams to make the playoffs. Yes or no? Buffalo, yes, is plus money. Buffalo, yes, is plus money. Why? Buffalo is major respect in my eyes. To me, Buffalo is supposed to make the playoffs. For them to be plus money, something. Josh Allen's a little bit hurt. They got issues. If Josh, they got a lot of losses. Buffalo's got more losses than you realize. And Josh Allen's getting, that's the guy. That's why I just segued to Buffalo, guys, because everybody gives Lamar Jackson a hard time because he had a sprained knee last year. Josh Allen is the way Josh Allen has been playing, the way he has to play to succeed. It seems like he's got to put his body at risk, and he's always a little hurt. He's in the tent already. Lamar, they're winning a little bit differently. He's only got 9 touchdown passes, but they're talking about him as an MVP candidate in the top 5. They're talking about him. So, I don't know. What do you think about that? I think Josh, why is Buffalo plus money? I got that written down. I'm so glad I thought about that. Why is Buffalo plus money to make the playoffs? Yes, the no is favorite. The no is the favorite, minus 110. They're saying Buffalo's not getting in. They must have a hell of a fucking schedule coming. Let's see the division first of all. Buffalo's division. Okay, Buffalo is in second right now. Miami 6-3, Buffalo 5-4, Jets 4-4. The Jets play the Raiders, so let's say the Jets are going to go to 5-4. Who's Buffalo got this week? Denver, Monday night. Denver's sneaky tough. Denver is probably going to only be better and better throughout the year with the Peyton Wilson getting together a little bit more. Cortland Sutton looks like a receiver. The running back who's coming off the ACL is getting stronger. I'm seeing motherfuckers bounce off him. Yeah, Javonte Williams, is it? Like, Denver's sneaky. If Denver beats Buffalo Monday night, then they got then they have not a favorable chance. That's why those odds makers, because Buffalo is like fucked if they ever lose to Denver. If they go to 5-5 with the teams in the AFC all above 500, Kansas City 7-2, Jacksonville 6-2, Pittsburgh, the whole fucking division 5-3 or better, the AFC North, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincy. So that's why if Buffalo ever lost and goes to 5-5, you would have, here's the teams that would be ahead of Buffalo: Miami 1, Baltimore 2, Pittsburgh 3, Cleveland 4, Cincinnati 5, Jacksonville 6, Kansas City 7. That would put Buffalo at least 8th. That's why Buffalo is plus a little bit of money to make the playoffs. Wow, that's really interesting. Everybody loves Buffalo, but Josh Allen, to me, gets all this respect. The guy never won a fucking thing. Oh, it's John. He's a gunslinger. Like, he gets all this credit for going up and down, up and down. But Lamar Jackson won a fucking MVP, and you're going to talk shit about him? I don't know. I'll take Lamar Jackson still over Josh Allen. I think, man. I don't know, man. That's just my taste. It's like if we go to Baskin Robbins, I might want chocolate chip mint. You might want strawberry. That's just I like Lamar Allen. I made them one person. I like Lamar Jackson. I like Lamar. Josh Allen, I think, he's got a good arm, and I like him. But I just feel like Lamar, when they get going with the RPOs, the athleticism is even a little better. He could throw just as good. I don't think they have the outside. If they had a Stephon Diggs emerge, a type of guy like that, Odell Beckham doesn't warrant the outside presence. Nobody's afraid of him right now, I don't think. Zay Flowers looks like he's got the juice, but I haven't seen enough of him to make that proclamation that he's the guy. But Mark Andrews, we know, is legit. Mark Andrews is legit. Who else we got? Detroit -3. That's a trap game. I hate the fucking Chargers because they aggravate me with that coach. I love Detroit. Detroit is laying 3 on the road to the Chargers, so that's against my rules. I want to lay the 3 with Detroit like so bad, but I'll probably stay away from that game. I think. I don't know. So, survivor pick. Tough. Who would your survivor pick be this week? The Buffalo Denver. I'd stay away from that one. I'd stay away. A-Chain's coming back from Miami after the bye. Miami's on a bye this week. I'm just looking at guys coming back. I'll tell you, I'm looking at these games. There's a couple, Houston, Cincy. Now, at least the games aren't so bad. We had a few weeks where it was a fucking snooze fest with the shitty teams beating the good teams. Like, it's still a weird year. It's still a weird year. I said it from the beginning. It's a weird year. You're seeing 28 guys on pace for 1,000 yards receiving, but only 4 guys are on pace for 30 touchdown passes. The touchdown passes are not there. but the yards receiving are there because teams are getting down to the red zone, spreading it out 5 wide in the red zone, running it in. I'm noticing that. That's a trend I found. Nobody told me that one. That I'm telling you, something's off with that. No touchdown passes, a lot of yards. Running backs, 12 backs are on pace for 1,000. Kamara's leading all running backs in receptions. He missed 3 games, so it's hard, man. It's hard. Indy, New England, I gotta like Indy, and I like the defense. My game of the week is Jacksonville, San Fran. I love that game. I love Jacksonville, San Fran. I'm rooting for Jacksonville. And please, guys, let's not fall into that. This is a perfect game for the trap we all are guilty. We've all said it. They can't lose again. Oh, so-and-so, they gotta win tonight. How many times have we said that since the sports books have opened up? How many times have we said that? That's a famous line from my friends. Well, they gotta do better this time. Like, Jacksonville is a home dog. Jacksonville is the Rodney Dangerfield bet of the week. No respect. No respect. Jacksonville home dog. Give me Jacksonville in a teaser plus 10 all day. Twice on a Sunday. Jacksonville plus 10 is going in the Nooch teaser. And then we just got to find the second leg. Hey, how about the Giants are 17.5 underdog to Dow? I wouldn't touch them. They stink so bad, I wouldn't even touch them. Fantasy, you can't even touch them. The only thing certain, I noticed one thing certain about the Giants, so I can't say you can't touch them at all. Wan'Dale Robinson, everybody's favorite slot receiver in fantasy. If you need 4 catches, like your life depended on it, you go Wan'Dale. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Wan'Dale Robinson. Wan'Dale Robinson is Mr. 4 for 40. He's the new 4 for 40. Somebody's got to have the 40 for 40 championship belt. That's a guy who, he's always expected to be something coming up. Oh, it's me, Cole Hardman. What's he gonna do today? 2 for 20. Certain guys, you got to be able to recognize that they're not going to be a guy. I'll give you an example. Something's wrong with George Pickens. Deontay Johnson just spent 4 weeks on the injured reserve. Came off, looked like fucking Jerry Rice. Catch. We're going 7, 8 quarters without seeing Pickens. Then he'll make a catch a slant and go for 70. Listen, I'm not impressed. Like, it's fucking geometrics. Like, if a guy that can run, 21 miles an hour, if he runs a slant and nobody is like looking, if you catch him behind, he can keep running. So, he can go 14 yards, he can go fucking 14,000 yards. I'm not impressed that he caught a ball and made it through all the way. Like, where's the consistency? Where's the 4 catches a quarter? Where's the big drive? Pickens made 3 catches on that drive to keep the Steelers alive. When have I heard that? Never. When was the last time you heard, Pickens made a couple big catches on that drive for that 3rd down conversion? Never. Something's wrong with George Pickens is officially off. He doesn't get to be on the super play. Like, he's not going to be a star. He's never going to be like the best receiver in the league or anything like that. No. You got to hope he's not a total fucking bust. But there's a lot of guys that can run fat. Like St. Brown. That's a football player. If George Pickens had St. Brown's skill set, he'd be Megatron or better. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Tell you what, yeah. So I like the Jets because that honeymoon shit for the Raiders is finished. They hated McDaniel so much that they triumphed over. They took it out on the Giants. The Jets should get the Raiders. Now, this game is where? This game is in Vegas or in New York? Vegas, right, Rick? Can we get sacks? I need sacks. Arthur Smith. You know what? He looks like an Arthur Smith, doesn't he? Arthur fucking Smith. Yo, I just got a flashback. Remember I was wearing the Boston hat and they were calling me John Bow? Remember that, Rick? John Bow. Why were they calling me John Bow? Like PJ and Derek and all them? John Bow. Crazy motherfuckers, boy. Those guys from Passaic were crazy, boy. Those were the guys I had 12 fucking Mayweather Gotti tickets. Arturo Gotti, not this last fight. Mayweather in his prime, 2005, 27-year-old Mayweather, Arturo Gotti. I had all 12 tickets. The guys gave me money. Half Clifton, half Passaic, like John, Frank, Tori, Katurba, Farish, and all them. And then PJ, Derek, all these fucking maniacs, like the craziest of the crazy. And my car died. Saturday, they went to AC Friday night. The fight was Saturday. My car died. My car died on the roof of Yankee Stadium. Me and you know who were at the Yankee game watching the Subway Series. We went to bounce. My Mitsubishi Galant was dead on the top of the roof of the Yankee Stadium, the highest level of the parking. So I called them. They're like, yo, we're going to fucking kill you. I'm like, yo, take it easy. I'll get there. I'll get there. Nobody wants to see the fight more than me. You fucking hold your horses. I'll be there. They thought I was up to something because, like I got the tickets, so that was funny. But I made it down there. I got the car jumped. I made it down. We went to the fight. So, and Mayweather really, it was the best performance I've ever seen in my life. It was crazy. But, hey, I got a question for you. Giants, Seattle. Can you think of, not Giants, Giants, Cowboys. Giants are 17.5 underdog. What game were they even more underdog? The Super Bowl. When the Giants were an 18-point underdog against the Patriots in that Super Bowl. That's amazing. That's amazing. Holy shit. We all had the Giants money line plus 18. I went in the red for a year. I didn't get paid for a year. They hit me so hard with the Giants. That's why I had to bet the Giants myself, because I knew that everybody had the Giants. Imagine how much money the sports book lost when the fucking Giants won the money line Super Bowl against the Patriots. Yeah. Hey, it's been a nice career now. I think I'm tired of this. Oh, man. That was crazy. Yeah, the Giants are 17.5. I wouldn't touch that game. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. No way. Atlanta, Arthur Smith's bunch. You know what? Who the fuck is Atlanta to be a road favorite? Atlanta blows. Underachieving Atlanta. I'm sick of this Atlanta respect. A team with good names, underachievers. Kyle, his play is the pits. Bijan, I like Bijan. It's like, oh, Bijan leads the league. He had 30 rushes of 15 yards, miles per hour or more. Okay. All right. Enough. Pump the brakes. What the fuck? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. He ran 15 miles an hour 30 times. Nobody else did that. What the fuck does that mean? What are we playing? Fantasy NASCAR on the field now? Are we just going to track guys with odometers and make stupid shit up? Like you could do a lot of games within the game. Like, people are more concerned in fantasy than they are with the teams. Like, I would say it's even right now. It's 50-50. Like, from 2004 for me to like 2015, 16, it was like 75% at least of your team in the NFL and what's going on in the league, 25% fantasy. I would honestly say that right now it's 50% NFL, like the league, 50% fantasy football. Like, that's how I look at the NFL now. It's only got half of my heart and interest as far as like what's going on with the fucking teams. The other half doesn't give a fuck, and the part that does fill in is the fantasy. Like, I care just as much about the numbers and the lottery that we play with fantasy. And yeah, I've definitely stopped giving a fuck halfway. So I half care about the teams, and now the fantasy's directly even with it. I enjoy them both equally, 100%. Because at the end of the day, Like we're rooting for laundry. Guys switch teams so much now. That's why basketball, I've been a Knicks fan since 5 years old. Now I'm 44, 40 years. I think I'm leaving the Knicks unless Embiid gets traded there next week. I enjoy watching Philly. I get the Philly channel. I'm not paying extra to get MSG doing stupid shit. I don't give a fuck about the Knicks that much. I don't give a shit about guys crying and whining and making hundreds of millions of dollars not playing. The league is in shambles. I like Embiid. I like Embiid the way he is. He's a wolf. I like his style. He competes. Why would I not root for his team? That's why, like, when the Knicks stunk all those years, I became like a side Lakers fan. I always rooted for Kobe. So I found myself, I was really a Kobe fan. And so I rooted for the Lakers. So that's what I'm doing with Embiid now. I like Joker too. And that's weird because they're both centers. But hey, Ricky, my boy's fighting tonight, Rick. Sonny Conto's fighting tonight in Philly. Yes, sir. About to wrap this motherfucker up soon. I'm looking for him. He's not on the betting board yet, though. But he had a year off of inactivity. But he's back. He's still undefeated. Now he's ready to get going. If he wins a couple, he's right in contention and for titles and shit. Like when you're undefeated and you're 27, there's nowhere else to go. He's just getting out of that double digits, 10-0, 11-0. Now he's going into the teens, 8 rounders, 6 rounds to 8. There's nowhere else to go. It's 10 rounds and it's title. Like you're a prize fighter. The biggest prize is the belt. Prize fighter. I hope he fucking KOs this guy tonight and keeps going. Good luck, Sonny. Good luck, Sonny. He said to me, I don't need luck. I don't need it. It's going to be a massacre. He said that to me. Yeah. So he's ready. He's ready to go. His father's in his corner. That's pretty cool. Well, it's Top Rank. So I don't know yet, Rick. He signed with Top Rank. Bob Arum, like all these guys are top rank. A lot of them are, like Terrence Crawford was Top Rank all these years. So if there's a Top Rank event on TV tonight, we get it, then it would be a maybe. I don't know where he is on the card. I don't know. So I know where it is. I know where the fight is. It's in Philly. And I know, that's all I know. But I know I don't know where he is on the card. But I'll tell you what, 6'4", 235, fucking coordinated. He's not just a big guy throwing at all. A lot of athleticism and coordination. I'm telling you, if the dog in him matches like the skills that I see, he could be the champ. Yeah, he could definitely be the champ. He's got a good chance to go as far as he wants. I really got a lot of confidence in his skills. We'll see, Rick. We'll see. Seattle, DK Metcalf. We're going to start calling him Disappearing K Metcalf. DK Metcalf's really getting me fucking nervous. He had the old 1 for 50. I tweeted Pete Carroll. I tweeted that gray-haired bubble gum chewing motherfucker. Pete, you gray-haired bubble gum chewing fucking walking to chipper motherfucker. DK Metcalf is 6'100". DK Metcalf is like 6'4", 260. His line at the end of a game should never say 1 for anything. It said 1 for 50. No. RPOs, like the run pass option, all that shit. Well, they have like the whole passing game of like low air yards, how the Niners do with Deebo Samuels, how the Eagles do with A.J. Brown. When you have a ferocious receiver that can run the ball from the perimeter, you run the ball from the perimeter. Let me explain the concept. When you have a guy like that, you make sure you line up in trips, right? And then when the quarterback gets the hike, you immediately throw a quick low air yards, like 5 air yards or less. So it's like the size of like 2 people in a living room. Like, here you go. You throw a quick one to DK Metcalf. Now DK catches it. When he catches it, Tyler Lockett and Smith and Jigba are right next to him. So now he runs behind it. It becomes a running play out of the receiver set. So you're doing running plays from the perimeter with your receiver. So that little old bubblegum chewing bastard, I'm just kidding, P. I don't hate you. I'll get thrown off because when I joke around, they think I'm not kidding. That little bubblegum chewing crypt keeper bastard, you need to throw at least 3 to 4 RPOs, whatever you call it. I forget the name. It's not RPO. It's the pass option out there. You need to throw 3 or 4 of those quick ones to DK and let him get going. Just run the ball from the perimeter. A couple blockers. You get your 6 yards, hard 6. And, somebody doesn't want to tackle. You got 14. You got to have 4 of those automatic catches, and then however many catches you get down the field. So a DK Metcalf line with 1 and this, no good. No good. No good. DK Metcalf. We need DK Metcalf putting, I want to see at least a couple. DK Metcalf is so due that I might put him in a little bit of gambling this week. I mean, I can't see DK not getting 5. When you come up with 1 for 50 and you get your tits lit up the way Seattle did in Baltimore, I don't know. That's tough. Who else do we got? Who's another guy that we're thinking about here? New York, Washington, Seattle. We gotta be a little respectful of Washington, because if you look at their record and you look at Seattle's record, it's like, whoa, why is Washington 6.5? Like 6.5? But I get it. Cleveland, Baltimore is a tricky game because Baltimore wrecked them about a month and a half ago. Tennessee, Tampa Bay. Wide body Baker. I'll tell you, I don't see Will Levis and the gang excelling. No. What did they do that against? Atlanta a couple weeks ago, the Hopkins touchdown game. I told you about Atlanta. They fucking stink. I like dropping the F-bomb when I feel strongly about something. Atlanta, they fucking stink, don't they? Atlanta. Tennessee at Tampa Bay. Todd Bowles always has a defense. You know that, Ricky. Todd Bowles always has a defense. Cleveland, Baltimore, don't like it. Indy, San Fran, we talked about that. New Orleans, Minnesota, that's a poop emoji game. What the fuck do we really know? Every time I see, Michael Thomas, I'm like, is that the guy who was, the best receiver in the NFL a couple of years? He's not the same anymore. Rashid Shaheed gets, 2 for 150. What does he get, 75 yards a fucking catch? Holy shit. They're a funny team. I don't know what to think. I don't think I'm touching New Orleans and Minnesota. Dobbs is a quarterback again. Are they going to win again? What, are they just going to win every fucking game? I don't know. Green Bay, Pittsburgh. We'll see. Green Bay love Pittsburgh. You know what? Green Bay kicked the shit out of the Rams, but the Rams are a disgusting team to try to get a grip on. They play teams tough and lose. They almost beat Seattle. They almost beat the Niners, but now they're losing normally. So it looks like they just stink again. Stafford's gone. You got rusted Cheeto head coming in. Carson Wentz. I don't know about Green Bay, Pittsburgh. Very, very funny. Very funny game. I told you how I feel about George Pickens. Najee Harris and Warren finally ran the ball good. They'll probably keep running. Pittsburgh's going to be playing that Baltimore game. Isn't it funny when the quarterback's not playing up to par? Pittsburgh and Baltimore are probably similar, but Pittsburgh doesn't have Lamar Jackson. That's the difference. Pittsburgh's going to run. They're going to look ugly. They're going to play D. They're going to win shitty, and we're going to say they stink. And Baltimore, they're going to win ugly. They're going to run. Lamar's not going to have much touchdown passes. But we're going to say, oh, Lamar, he's an MVP candidate. I don't know. That's a funny one because that's how it feels. But then I'm like, how the fuck is Lamar an MVP candidate? Because he's my starting quarterback in fantasy. And I'm winning in spite of his low numbers. He gave me an 11 burger, but he had a nice game. He was 12 for 15 last week. And he had 6 rushes for 67 yards. But he gave me an 11 in fantasy. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm wrapping this one up right at an hour and 30. I got that shit timed. Hour 30, minute 30, hour 30, day and a half. That was a good one today. Good one. We're going to go over more. I'm doing my live stream Sunday morning. I want to go over a lot of fantasy. I want to go over all the fantasy. I want to go over the headlines of the day and keep this going. So you know what this is. Nooch Neighborhood Picks. Give it a share. Smash that like button, and I'll see you soon. Peace.